Let's talk buydowns. Hey guys, I'm Charlie Shammy. I'm the CEO of a company called Sonic Loans, a multi-state mortgage lender located in Michigan. And I'm sure you've heard a lot about buydowns with new builders, with sellers trying to give incentives, or even lenders trying to give that as an incentive. I believe there is something everybody needs to know about that, and I'm not going to go as far as saying it's an intentional omission, intentionally leaving it out, but I think it's really important to understand. So, what is a buydown? A temporary buydown is where you get a temporary rate reduction that's paid for upfront, not by you, but it's paid for. An example would be a 1-0 buydown. It would mean the first year you'd get a 1% reduction in your interest rate. The second year and following after that would go back to the normal interest rate. So let's say we're shooting this video now in the end of August 2023. Let's say you're getting a 7.5%. with a 1-0 buydown. That means from your closing date in your first 12 months in your loan, your interest rate will not be 7.5%, it'll be 6.5%, and then it goes to 7.5. Great, wonderful, love that part. You probably heard that part before. The part where I'm referencing maybe an intentional omission is who pays for that. Not free money. It's either paid for by the lender or paid for by the seller. It can't be paid for by the buyer or the borrower. So either the lender or the seller is paying for it. The buydown cost is exactly how much you're gonna save over the next 12 months. So on a $200,000 loan, if you had a 7.5%, you're getting a 1-0 buydown, you're gonna save $1,611 and some change, and that's how much it's gonna cost to get that buydown. Paid for again by the seller or the lender. I say get those credits. Instead of applying the buydown, get those credits, keep that money in your pocket, since it's exactly the same amount. And maybe you refinance before a year, maybe you don't. You save that money, you don't save that money, it's the same thing. Just keep the money in your pocket. The seller can't give you those. It doesn't apply in addition to the limits on seller concession. So they can't give you those in addition to it. Just change those. Instead of using it as a buydown, use it as seller concessions or lender credits. Reduce your cash to close, reduce that part, keep that money in your pocket. And if you stay in the loan for 12 months, just keep the money on the side. You have it. If you don't stay in the loan for 12 months, you refinance, you sell the house, and you ended up saving money because you just kept it in your pocket. I hope that makes sense. That's my personal take and professional take on buydowns. I never like anything that I consider like a sales ploy or gimmicky or the things to kind of bait you in, and I think it's always best to just be straightforward. If I were buying a house and the seller was offering a buydown, I would just ask to change those to seller credits, keep that money in my pocket, and if I stay in the loan for less than 12 months, I end up saving money. I don't subscribe to any sales ploys or gimmicks when you're talking about mortgages. I think you should be fully upfront with people, be honest with people, be transparent with people. And if you don't know about this part and selling the buydown and not explaining this part to people, you shouldn't be selling it or pushing it on people, because it's important for people to know. This is where you have a full picture on what a buydown is. Sometimes it will make sense. I'll give you a couple examples of when it makes sense. Let's say you're expecting to get an increase in income at a later date. One example is a client whose wife is almost done getting her teacher's certificate. She's gonna start working here in America. Teachers don't make that much, but they make money. So she's gonna start working. She's going to be a teacher. It's gonna take about 8 months until she starts her job. A buydown may make sense in that scenario. The monthly payment is reduced. She starts working in that time frame. The payment goes to the regular payment as long as they don't refinance. It may make sense. So it's really important to look and really important to understand. Above all else, it's super critical and important that your loan officer is explaining the full picture to you and not just the part that's sexy. Keep giving you the full picture of what's going on so you have a great understanding of it. Thank you guys. See you on the next video.